Hello everybody, and welcome to the Gaming Grappler. So, if you're familiar with my channel, you probably know me for my review of Armored Core for Answer, and for whatever reason, even though I review a diverse amount of content, like my second best review is for Pizza Tower, my best content tends to be the mecha videos, and I feel like that's because that the mecha genre as a whole has been underutilized in a gaming context, and the fans are starving for that type of content. And if you were a mecha fan, before Armored Core 6 came out, the only game you could really play was Daemon X Machina for the longest time. And I have heard rumors that Daemon X Machina was created by ex-Armored Core developers. I can't confirm that because for the most part, this is going to be a blind playthrough. Now, I did play a few hours earlier to familiarize myself with the controls, but for the most part, this is going to be a mostly blind run. What I find funny is that every now and then in one of my YouTube videos, I will smuggle in some music from Daemon X Machina into like an Armored Core video, and one of the fans will notice, and then a mini flame war will break out into the comments. I guess it's kind of like a Metallica versus Megadeth type of thing. But with that being said, I am going to be comparing and contrasting these two series. But one key difference right off the bat is that you can customize the look of your pilot. Now, Armored Core kind of commits to this anonymous aesthetic where you never see your pilot's face. They're just kind of like a Discord icon. And to give From Software credit, they are phenomenal writers, and they do a real fantastic job of humanizing those characters, even though you never see their face, which is pretty amazing. Now, for Daemon X Machina, the developer just said, screw it. You can have an in-depth pilot creation system, and I kind of like it. I kind of like this approach. So I already have a basic outline of what my character to look like. I want his skin tone to be a bit darker. I'm not going to spend too much time here because you could spend 3 hours in the character creator. I'm going to go with this hairstyle down here. The Dante from Devil May Cry hairstyle. I did originally go with this one, which looks like Noman from Zone of the Enders. However, the rival character, the Char of this game, has the same hairstyle, and I got annoyed every time my character and his character were in the same cutscene. Like, I kind of felt like I was just a scuffed version of him, so I kind of hate it when that happens, so I'm going with this one. Hair color, we're going for pitch black, kind of like my own, even though I don't like to grow my hair out. Eyebrows. You know you have an in-depth character customization options when you have this many eyebrows in it. I'm gonna go with this one. I like the Get a Robo look to it. Eyebrow color. Pitch black it again. And I'm not happy with my character's face so far. I have a little bit more testosterone. When I found this was the best one. They do have some crazy ones. Like, you could be a big chunky guy if you want. I don't know, whatever suits your tastes. But going with this one. And for facial hair, again, a lot of options. This is typically the beard I would go with in most games, but in this one, it looks like somebody just scribbled it on your character model with a Sharpie, so it just doesn't work. And the big thick beard doesn't work with this character's face, so we're going to go with the basic one. Again, pitch black. And you have a lot of scar and tattoo options. You can kind of go nuts here. For me, though, I'm going to go with the cyberpunk looking lines. I just like the look of it. This one is the one I typically settle on. Red kind of clashes a bit, so we're just going to go for pitch black. And no cosmetics. Voice. The third male voice is just terrible. You even give a female voice if you want, but we're going to go with male one. And the plug suit, again, you can customize the colors for this if you want. You can do whatever you want. But for me, I'm not even going to use the plug suit. They have what looks like the Grand Daemon armor. I wouldn't necessarily go with that name, developers. It kind of sounds like other grand things, if you know what I'm saying. But for me, I'm going to go with this one because it looks like Space Marine armor and it looks pretty cool. And there's really no need to change the default colors for it. It just looks good right out of the gate. And I kind of like the look of my character. He kind of has like this Metal Gear Solid Snake look to him. You know, looks pretty cool. And that's the kind of vibe I want to go for. As for the name, we are going to go with Grappler. which is my username, the Gaming Grappler. You do not have to call me the Gaming Grappler. You can call me what my friends call me in real life, which is Frankie. This is not an anonymous account. I do plan on showing my face and going on camera in the future. I just don't have that set up at the moment. It's just not in the cards right now. That being said, let's begin our playthrough. What I like about the name Grappler is that it also kind of sounds like a call sign. Has that kind of vibe to it. And one thing I love right at the start here is that they let you just admire the hard work you put into the look of your character. You know, a lot of games where like Dark Souls, where you'll spend forever creating your character model, the cutscenes never really show them off too well. In Dark Souls, it's incredibly offensive because most of the time you're going to be undead with your zombie face, which is kind of hilarious that they have this in-depth character customization. You can never really see your character.
My name is Four.
And just like in Armored Core, we have this operator of the game.
Between orbital and outers like yourself. You have just recovered from transplant surgery to install your neural link.
And as you can see, we're also an augmented human. So again, the Armored Core similarities are coming in hot right out of the gate.
This is your arsenal on loan from orbital.
Oh boy, I went in depth buying a giant robot, just like Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes.
Complete an aptitude test. Accept the mission from this terminal and await dispatch.
And by aptitude test, she means a really long tutorial sequence that lasts for like 4 missions. You could tell I've played this before to get some footage. Now, one huge nitpick I have about this game, right out of the gate, is you have this very cute and adorable 3-legged dog. And isn't he just the best? And there's no option to pet him. Like, I hit all the buttons here. I'm clicking them right now. There's no option to pet him. You can even open your emotions or emoticon menu. And aside from sit, which he'll only do when he starts walking around, you can't interact with him at the sleigh. So massive points. You don't put a cute 3-legged dog into a game and don't give me the option. Look at him. He's looking up at me. That's going in the thumbnail. So look here. We can sit with him. Oh, he's not even going to do it now. I'm going to have to dock points from the developer. There he goes. He can sit with you. This is the only command you can give him as far as I know. But again, huge missed opportunity here. You can't pet the dog, even though he's the best. He doesn't have a name. And another big difference from Armored Core, and again, a huge aspect to the power fantasy of Mecha, is just being able to look at your giant robot. And I love that you could just, you know, move your player character around your arsenal and just take a look at it from a third-person perspective. I just really love that. It's like something I feel like the Armored Core developers should just rip off and put into their game. Let's play. Oh, and for the record, I do plan on maybe doing a playthrough of Armored Core 3. That's definitely in the cards. Let's just take a look at our customization options for the moment. You can change your paint color. There's a lot you can do here. Let's go for our color. We're just going to do the full body. You could change the paint for every individual part. Again, they have a lot of default colors and a gradient tool if you're not satisfied by what you're seeing here. And you could spend hours here. Now, for me, I'm not going to change the default colors because our default mech, the starting mech, is just so basic that I don't really feel like you could make it cool at this point in the game. But what I am going to do is I am going to throw a decal on him quickly. You can't customize your decals like in Armored Core where you have like this scuffed image editor and you can create your own logos and all that. But you can unlock them in this game. And I give them the basic orbital logo. And we're going to make it black so you can actually see it. And there we go. Save this paint job? Sure, why not? And as for our equipment loadout, I am going to ditch that shield ASAP. I don't need it right now, and I prefer to focus on raw damage output. I'd rather have 2 guns at once than a shield. Unless I find out that there's some type of Royal Guard counter mechanic in the game, in which case my opinion will change 100%, but for now, we're good. And let's start our long tutorial mission. Accepting missions. Accepting an offer mission will advance the main story. Select a mission and dispatch. Outer aptitude test. All registered mercenaries of Orbital and their consortiums must submit to an aptitude test to determine their outer fitness. I'm just going to let this cutscene play now.
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence.
Oh, this is a cool sequence. Again, you got to have a cool cockpit scene in your giant robot anime. I think Mega's XLR is the best one, but I love our Escaflowne looking cockpit. I think that animation is pretty identical to the Escaflowne cockpit too. Can't show you that footage due to copyright reasons, but hey.
The outer aptitude test will begin soon. This is a live fire exercise, but you have nothing to worry about. Hardly anyone fails this test. 2 veteran mercenaries will serve as observers during the test.
Let's meet them.
This is Reaper of the Western Seven. I'll be joining you as an observer.
And I'm Queen of Panzercrown. Charmed, I'm sure.
They both have pretty cool character designs.
Observers for the aptitude test are selected at random from a pool of qualified mercenaries. They're here to make sure the test is conducted fairly, and to intervene if your life is threatened.
What Four said, if things get dicey, just ask us for help. That said, don't expect to pass if you nearly die out here.
For Oval, and the world as a whole, outers like yourself are among our most valuable resources.
By most valuable resources, I think what our AI buddy here is telling us is that we're fresh meat for the grinder.
However, if the cost of your arsenal repairs consistently exceeds the profit you generate, your value may be reassessed.
Just as I said, meat for the grinder.
We get it. Let's get this over with already. Like Four said, hardly anyone fails this test.
If you're not sure what to do, prioritize your survival. Just trust your instincts and you'll pass with flying colors.
That's really great advice, Reaper. Try not to die. Yeah, thank you.
We will now begin the aptitude test. Please direct your attention
All right.
to your radar.
So let's just show you guys some of the base controls here and how it differs from something like Armored Core. So you can skate around on the ground. You got a boost button. And if you notice the HUD here, it is very busy right now. I'm just going to skip the radar options here. The HUD is very busy. You have your health bar at the top, your stamina meter, and your femtometer, which is a mechanic I'm not too familiar with because that's when I stopped genuinely playing the game. And one key difference right off the bat is that you can just fly as freely and as often as you want. There's no real penalty. You're not going to drain stamina by flying around in the air. And you can ascend and descend for free. And this control scheme to me feels very similar to the one in Zone of the Enders 2. Now, if you fly around, you'll see your stamina bar drain, and if it goes empty, you will fall out of the air. I did notice a cool kind of dodge there. So, if you boost and hit a direction in the same time, you'll kind of just get into that cool animation there. I'll have to figure that out later. Let's move on. So the penalty for running out of stamina is pretty steep. Attacking enemies, aim with the right stick. Press the right trigger to use the weapon equipped in the right arm. Press the left trigger to use the weapon equipped with the left arm. And contrary to what you might be seeing on the screen, I am using a PlayStation 4 controller. It's just registering as an Xbox One because I'm using one of those 8BitDo adapters. The lock-on. You will lock onto enemies when they enter your sights. A blue cursor means you've locked on to the target. A red cursor indicates your primary attack target. And I feel like this is more of a soft lock-on than a hard lock-on, if I can recall properly. Shoulder and auxiliary weapons. Left bumper to use your shoulder weapon, and X to use your auxiliary weapon. Swapping weapons, and this is pretty different than Armored Core, is that for free, you could just swap any weapon to any arm and limb that you select. It's not like a commitment. So I could, if I want to, I can switch into that, I can put my shield on my right hand. It's a bit finicky. I don't want to mess around with it right now. I never really got the hang of it. But yeah, that's an option. So again, it's more of a soft lock-on than anything.
To lock onto an enemy, align the sight sits in the center of your monitor over the target. Once locked on, you may fire. Your arsenal
Pretty
OS
cool right
will
there.
count for any
VP recovery
fire
tanks.
officers and
Destroying a recovery tank will generate a recovery area. Enter the area to gradually recover VP. Recovery areas dissipate for after a while. And that's pretty unique in that they just have health power-ups lying around in the level.
and to get within range to return fire.
For the most part, this is a pretty easy mission. Like, we don't have much to worry about here. Just familiarize yourself with the controls and play. I gotta say, as somebody coming from Armored Core, I am having a hard time getting used to where the stamina meter is. I think an Armored Core is at the bottom of the screen. I'm not used to seeing it at the top.
Processing. Designated enemy AIs have been detected by your radar. Destroy them at once.
Let's see here. There's a guy right near me. More mindless drones. Again, this isn't particularly difficult. Seems to me that ammo doesn't seem to be much of an issue in this game. Every enemy is dropping ammunition. It's like chiclets. Could be speaking too soon, though. One more, guys. One more straggler left. Really missing that assault boost.
Good work.
All right,
Some rest
and that's a
before you
mission.
tackle your next assignment.
You should get your test results right away. See you around on the battlefield.
Aptitude test complete. You have passed. Congratulations. Your Arsenal link key has been received. You are hereby recognized by Orbital and the Consortiums as a registered mercenary.
All right, let's move.
From now on, you will help us work toward world peace by completing assigned missions. Thank you for your service.
Game just held me hostage there for 30 seconds. All right, yep, let's skip. Wonder if they're going to show me those two pilots we were just talking to. Mission complete, total income, total expenses. This is pretty unique. They have some statistics here to show you what type of weapons were affected. I'll get into that more when I'm using more weapons, though. It's like, yeah, it turns out that the one gun I was using was pretty good. All right, let's go here. Go to our hangar. And for here, let's change our equipment quickly. Yeah, thanks for the tips, game. Weapons, we're going to immediately swap out that shield. Left weapon. Yeah, I want to have a weapon there. Assault rifle, an assault rifle for new recruits. Low specifications, but equipped with an automated fire mechanism. Don't really see the point of that. You're not asking me to do much by holding down the triggers. If anything, that's going to cause me more problems in gameplay. Shooting when I don't want to shoot, but it's the best we got right now. And we'll just get rid of the shield for now. Let's get out of here. We have some messages here. What do we have here? Oh boy, we got a lot. I believe these are from the companies that you could buy parts from in the game. Let's read the various fractions. I could be wrong, though. Greetings, Grappler. We are Zen. If you are not familiar with the concept of Zen, it refers to a life of hardships, but it also represents everything that is. It is at once part and sum, fragment and whole. As our philosophy is the peak of technology, we provide all reclaimers with the latest weapons and arsenal tech. There are those in this world who claim we sell our souls for silence, at least they're admitting it outright. Nevertheless, we will support you with our latest technological advancements. The challenges that await you are not unlike those faced by our predecessors. We look forward to witnessing all that you will accomplish. Again, pretty generic. Horizon. Welcome to the new world. We are Horizon to all quarters of the Earth. As a resident of Earth yourself, you are no doubt sympathetic to this ideal. Now, more than ever, in these trying times, we must uphold the legacy of our founding fathers who conquered this world and continue to press onward. I guess this is an America fuck yeah moment. Oval's resources are necessary to restore the world. We want you to devote yourself to the world from this day forward, in sickness and in health, until you are separated by death. We would expect nothing less. I love that Space Marine energy. Only in death does duty end. I don't know. I kind of like the cut of this guy's jib. Sky Union. Welcome to Oval. You must be Grappler, the newest Reclaimer. I guess to call you Reclaimer because you're reclaiming the planet. Anyway, let's move on. It has been several months since we've had someone pass the aptitude test. Here at Sky Union, our guiding principle is all are connected beneath the sky. We believe Oval's resources belong to humanity as a whole. We hope to eliminate the AIs and bring peace to the world. We look forward to seeing you in action as you fight for us, no, for all of humanity. And what I don't like about these guys right out the gate is that they sound like the default good guys. Like, I don't like it when games are that black and white. It would be really interesting if they ended up turning evil, but we'll see where we go. And then let's listen to what our AI has to say. The purpose of the Orbital Organization... Oh, wow, try saying that more than once in a row. Orbital Organization is to respond to crises that arise within the barrier that encircles Oval. This is accomplished through mission requests that are issued by each consortium nation. We provide support to all Reclaimers to the best of our ability, such that they have whatever is required to complete a mission. As a member of Orbital, we expect you to adhere to our rules and regulations from this point forward. Serious violations will be addressed accordingly. Consider this your first and only warning. We do not directly involve ourselves in the affairs of mercenaries and their consortium clients. However, if we determine that a mission would be disadvantageous to Orbital's interests, we will intervene as we deem necessary. And I'm kind of confused if this is like a soulless mercenary organization or if they're striving towards some better ideal. I'll have to play and find out. That being said, we do not take sides in any conflicts that may arise between the parties involved in a mission. And so without further ado, we welcome you to Orbital. We expect great things from you. I feel bad for any player that has to play JRPGs. The amount of reading that you would have to do would just burn out your vocal cords. Like, that wasn't much, but man, that is annoying. I give props to the people that do that. Let's play a mission again. Offer missions. Rank E. Sweep the city. Immortals have invaded Grey City within Sky Union's territory. Team up with the other Reclaimers to eliminate them. I'm going to keep quiet in this cutscene so you guys can be introduced to the characters.
This mission is a request from Sky Union. The details are as follows. Hostile AI forces have invaded Sky Union's territory within the Oval Link. Each assigned mercenary must quickly clear out the enemies within the designated area. We have also confirmed that the invading enemy force consists of these seized AI. For this mission, the area has been divided among all participating Reclaimers. You will be accompanying Bullet Works. Briefing over.
All right, let's start the mission.
Hey, rookie. If you got any questions, hit me up. I'd be happy to show you the ropes.
I'm guessing Johnny is kind of our Yusuke or our Junpei of the group. You know, just the friend character.
What I gotta put up with? Come on, Corporal. When are you gonna stop treating me like a newbie?
4. Send us the mission data.
Uploading. That should be everything. Consult this data for detailed information about the mission area. Continue your approach. The mission will begin soon.
All right, let's go.
Catch
Oh
you later,
man,
rookie.
you could tell this was a Switch game when your trees look like they're created by paper mache. I do like the art style and the aesthetic. Oh, this is an important detail right here. Using objects and vehicles. Press the B button to grab and hold certain objects and enemies. Held objects can be used as weapons by pressing the attack button, assigned to the arm holding the object, etc., etc. Now, what I find cool is that this is right out of Zone of the Enders. Zone of the Enders 2, I did a review of that game. You can pick up and use pretty much any object or enemy as a weapon. And what I love about that is if I'm going to be playing a mecha game where I'm playing as a humanoid robot, I would love to be able to actually grab objects in the environment and use them accordingly. Very slow, but hopefully that does decent damage.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. The name's
Let's-
Johnny G. I'm with Bulletworks. And that lovely race.
Hopefully I'll get all this in-game mission dialogue from looking at the footage. It's definitely hard to keep track of while you're commentating and play the game at the same time.
Call sign like the Falcon.
A call sign is just a word to help us ID each other.
If you say so, Corporal. Anyway, Bulletworks.
Again, assault armor, assault, again, you could hear the armored core coming out of me, but assault rifle ammo is just dropping left and right. I can't imagine that ammo would be an issue in this game when it's basically for free. And you can fly pretty much indefinitely. Again, very Zone of the Enders. No real penalty for being airborne. Maybe there's a penalty if you use a heavier build.
Pest control, more or less.
Pretty much.
This auto fire is throwing me off.
The Immortals, but just in case, they're responsible for corrupting all these AI that we've been sent to destroy. But our arsenals are more than a match for them. These AI might as well be fish in a barrel.
If there's a tank running around,
Executing
I want to
all
see if I could use it as a
sequence.
weapon.
Return according to instructions.
Over already, huh? Looks like the rookie's still in one piece too. Time to head home and...
Wait, Johnny. I don't like how this smells. Something's coming.
You and your nose.
Access granted. Sky Union's radar station has confirmed the appearance of immortals in your vicinity. Transmitting target.
Ford just keeps yapping like all mine. And we have our first boss fight of the game. Again, I have played this already. In my first recording with that I botched, he actually took me out, but we'll see. I think you could just keep away from him without any real consequence.
Class? Oh man. You sure we're not in over our heads here?
Mission update. Sky Union has notified us of a change to this mission. You are to stop these immortals from advancing.
That doesn't seem to be
further
doing
into
much
Sky
damage. I need
Union's
to circle
territory.
around him and find his weak point.
What? You've got to be kidding me. What's the call, Corporal?
We're right where we need to be.
Should have known you'd say something like that.
That sword sweep attack almost killed me in my first recording footage.
There are no whiners in Bulletworks. Besides, I'm sure
Oop.
BG planned this.
It really doesn't seem to be a consequence for just staying far and taking pot shots at him. Oop. Got hit by homing lasers there. I think I'm having an easy time right now because my teammates are taking a lot of attention away from me right now. So far, easy breezy though. Oop. He's got a big attack, but you can just fly out of the way. Without a stamina penalty, that can never really do decent damage to you.
The fierce gale is approaching.
Fierce gale? What are you talking about?
Alright, this is something I gotta apologize for when this cutscene plays.
Corporal, Johnny G, get out of the way. Major, Lieutenant. Falcon, Johnny G, we'll take
Well, your boy needs ammo now. The red one seems to be going faster. Okay, this is what I gotta apologize for. I played this game in English, and the red mech there, I think it's called Crimson, is being voiced by the same voice actor that did Char from Gundam. And the reason why I got this in English is that, again, there is the commentary tax where some of your gameplay will be compromised by talking at the same time. And it'll be really hard for me to follow what's happening if I can't even understand the voices. I need that audio cue, so my apologies in advance. I know a lot of people love to play this game in Japanese. I'm definitely a subs over dubs guy, but what can you do? All right, man, we're done that mission. So now we can maybe look at the statistics and see what we got here. Total expenses, no expensive. What causes an expense? Is it dying in a mission? Because I definitely took damage and I wasted a lot of ammo. And here are our statistics here, and it's just 50 right down the middle, but it shows you the effectiveness of each weapon used, your accuracy, your usage rate, pretty interesting details so you could really narrow down which weapons are working the best for you. That's kind of cool. We even have some bar graphs here, and mecha fans, they'll love this type of thing. Just having all that information available. Kind of wish Armored Core has that. Maybe it did and I just missed it. All right, you see Crimson Lord there. When I created my first character in this game, he looked just like him, and it drove me nuts in cutscenes. That's just one of my pet peeves. But yeah, Crimson Lord, he is Char.
I'll be sure to keep you in mind. What an ordeal. I just wanted to score some quick credits.
Johnny G, and I forget what his name is. Falco? It's Falcon. Falcon's character designs are a lot cooler if you ask me.
You really got to work on your praise, Corporal.
Until next time.
That's the squad right there.
I will provide all necessary information for completing future missions. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
Well, before I end this video, I guess I'll just go over this lore dump quickly. What are immortals?
Immortals are a new form of life. That much is certain. After the moon fell, an unknown phenomenon caused some AIs to regard humanity as a threat that must be annihilated.
And this is very important. I go over this in my video, How to Make Mecha Mainstream Again. In that as we advance in the future, in our reality, not in the games here, but artificial intelligence and remote piloting have become so effective that if you make a mecha story, you really do have to justify why you would even need a pilot. And of course, you need a pilot just to have some stakes and some tension in all the action that you're seeing. It's very important from a narrative standpoint. You can't have bravery unless there is a threat of death in whatever you're looking at. And with that being said, our excuse in this game, and it's one I went over in my video, is that AI is evil and it's gone corrupt, and you can't really rely off of it. So again, it's kind of cool that this game kind of runs with that premise.
These immortals have their own unique language, as well as individual personalities. They can also corrupt other AIs and human weapon systems, assimilating them into their ranks to bolster their forces. Working alongside the consortiums, our goal at Orbital is to control all areas in the Oval-Link. Missions to eliminate immortals are assigned to mercenaries like you to achieve that goal.
How did those mercenaries who saved me get so strong?
Your individual. You can also have
Oops, my
experimental
bad.
weaponry loaned to you by building your reputation with specific consortiums.
So what I missed there is your individual ability has the greatest impact on your arsenal's powers, but, huge but here, new weapons and equipment are just as important. AKA, the fellas using the pay-to-win weapons are going to have a huge advantage. Not that that's in this game, but I love that joke.
Building your service record through repeated battles is the fastest way to becoming as strong as Crimson Lord and Diablo.
And in the game here, names like Crimson Lord and Diablo mean they're strong, but in real life, whenever you face another player in a video game, the edgiest names, those players tend to be the biggest scrubs, and the guy with the joke name ends up being the most dangerous character, like Let Me Solo Her. And how can I increase my mission rewards? What about the money? The thing we all really care about here.
Your reward payout is higher than usual this time because your mission objective was updated from its original listing. There is precedent for requesting higher payouts, but I do not recommend it, as it can leave an unfavorable impression with the client.
So I hope that there's haggling mechanics in this game, because I want a bigger payout no matter what I do. All right, not this time. All right, so just going to look at the doggo one more time before I cut this video out. Let me just get a nice little pose here. But I feel like that was a pretty good run so far. I'm going to be making more videos of this. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the Gaming Grappler so I can make content on a more consistent and regular basis. Please give me some feedback in the comment section so I can figure out how to make these gameplays a lot better and a lot more entertaining. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one, everybody.